All right, let's look over some of your homework for tonight. The slope at a point in both forms. Okay, I know your notes, we only did one form, but there are both forms. You should be familiar enough with standard form. We did 2 points in standard form today. So we're going to start with our slope, which is 4 over 1 is equal to y minus your y value over x minus your x value. Okay, numbers 1 through 6, I think it was, they asked that you put them in slope-intercept form. Okay, so that means we want y to be by itself. So I'm going to multiply my y value first. Okay, I'm going to use my distributive property to simplify. And then to get y all by itself, I'm going to move my 3. So my final answer here should be y is equal to 4x minus 21. Okay, number 3. Okay, we're going to start with 1/3, y minus -9, and x minus -3. Okay, and again, cross multiplying here, so it's going to be 3 times y plus 9 and 1 times x plus 3. Again, use your distributive property. It's going to give me 3y plus 27 and 1x plus 3. Getting y all by itself, our next step would be to move the 27. And then divide by 3. So y is going to equal 1/3. Remember, I do like for you to put 1/3 x instead of x over 3. Just looks better for the slope. And then 24 divided by 3 is going to be -8. Okay, so number 1 was a whole number. Number 3 had a fractional slope. And I think I jumped to number 6, which has a negative fractional slope. And I wanted to do that one because I really wanted to emphasize here that that negative is either on the top or the bottom. Don't put it on both. And the problem is right in the middle, but you can only put it on one or the other. So I always put my negative on the top. So when I distribute, that's going to give me 2y plus 2 and negative x plus 3. And then start to get our y by itself. Okay, so that gives me -1/2 x and then a +1/2. Since we're not graphing, I'm not worried about that +1/2 as your y-intercept. Usually that won't happen on our graphs. If it is, we'll go to standard form and try to do a different way around that. Okay, so then we're going to jump down to the bottom 4, 7, 8, 9, and 10, I believe. Same thing, except for they want these in standard form. Okay, so I'm going to start with -2/5, y minus -2, and x minus 4. Okay, and in standard form, our x value comes first. So this time, I'm going to multiply my x first. You can do it either way, y'all. It doesn't matter. If you want to always go the same way, you can. Just remember that when you're rearranging, whether or not y needs to be by itself on the left or whether you want x and y together on the left. Okay, distribute. Okay, standard, so I'm going to move the 5y over. It's going to become -5y. I'm going to move the 8 over. It becomes -8, and 10 minus 8 is 2. Okay, so we don't have any fractions. We're good to go there, but our x is negative, so I need to change that and make it positive. So I'm going to have to change everything. Okay, and number 9, start off with -4 over 1, y minus -19, and x minus 2. X comes first because I want standard form. Got ahead of myself there. -4x plus 8 and y plus 19. So rearrange here. That becomes a negative y. That becomes an 11. And again, we have a negative x, so we need to change all of our signs. All right, and that's the last one of those that I did for y'all today, which is approximately half of your homework completed.